and give us their thoughts about the big-time game and the atmosphere here as we have a guest rolling in right now, one Gary Stokan.
Just came from Orlando in the Central Florida Parade down at Disneyland.
Hey, a lot warmer over there.
Yeah, it is a lot warmer.
It is cold here in Atlanta. Gary, Peach Bowl President and CEO, thanks so much for coming.
How are you? Happy New Year.
Yes.
Welcome to Atlanta.
Happy New Year indeed. And
capital of college football.
You got it. Hey, what a game tomorrow night.
I tell you what, we've had since our bowl game last year with the semifinal, Alabama-Washington was number 1 against number 4. Started the season with 1 and 3, Alabama-Florida State. SEC championship was number 2 and 6, Auburn, Georgia.
Yep.
Our game was number 7-12, Auburn, UCF. And now we end the season with number 1 and number 2.
How about it?
I mean, if you're a college football fan in Atlanta, you are living right.
No doubt about it. And the Peach Bowl, I mean, what a game that was. UCF, congratulations, they won the national championship.
That's right. They're hoisting the flag. They paid bonuses out. I saw Scott Frost this morning. He's all excited. Nebraska got a 3.5-hour commercial. So, all's good.
You know, it's interesting. Scott Frost recently said to our own Tom Downey about the expansion that may come with the college football playoff at some point. Bill Hancock said recently, 18 playoff, not in the cards right now. But could you see it happening down the road?
You know, I can. Here's why. Number one, the presidents don't want college football to move into the second semester. And if the conferences are going to keep their championship games, and then you had an 8-team or a 16-team playoff, you can't get it all in between final exams and Christmas.
Yep.
Number two, the players are 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. If you start going to an 18 playoff and a championship game in their conference, now you're playing an NFL schedule, and the kids aren't built physically for that. You know, at the end of the year, teams are beat up. Thirdly, the conference commissioners who run college football, their job is to hand as most money as they can back to the presidents. So they've got to make sure that that conference regular season schedule is important enough to the TV networks so they can get a big payout. If you start to diminish the regular season, which I think is the best in all of sports, because every game matters, then you diminish the rights fees that ESPN and CBS and Fox are going to pay, and that's going to diminish what the conference commissioners are setting out to do. So for those three reasons, and the fourth is ESPN signed a 12-year deal with the CFP through 2025 to have a 4-team playoff.
So we have to wait a little,
so,
at the very least.
At best, at best.
So, all right, so interesting thoughts there and a really great perspective on that. I do want to go back to Scott Frost, of course, who coached in that game for UCF. And I want to ask you, how cool is it to just kind of be a part of that undefeated season for the Knights?
Well, it was great to see them play in their championship game against Memphis, and then to have them come in here, and this was Cinderella's chance to dance, right? Yeah. They were undefeated. Group of 5, Mike Oresco, the commissioner of the American Athletic, kept talking about P6, the Power 6. The American Athletic is Power 6.
Showing the highlights right here.
And certainly in our game and 2 years before, Houston from the American Athletic came in to beat Florida State. So I think in one game, that's why they play the games. College football, anything can happen. Now, whether that would have happened if they'd played in the SEC West or the SEC East or the ACC, who knows? But for that night, they were the better team, and, you know, God bless them. They're 13-0, undefeated.
Now, you were instrumental in the creation of the Chick-fil-A kickoff game as well. That brings a lot of excitement right off the bat. How cool is that?
Well, you know, it's great to be a part of making Atlanta the college football capital and really having an impact on college football. You know, we reached out and brought the College Football Hall of Fame here in 2009. Signed a 30-year license with the NFF. We brought the Chick-fil-A kickoff games on board in 2008, which has changed college football in that it's given the CFP a real key data point on who should get into the college football playoff. And then to have, you know, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl elevate to the New Year's 6 and host a semi every 3 years, and then to be a part of the team of Atlanta Sports Council, the ACVB, the Georgia World Congress Center, and the Atlanta Falcons to bring the national championship game here. It's been a great run for Atlanta.
It has been a fantastic atmosphere here. Just kind of tell the folks at home how the experience has been for you walking around these grounds and seeing the Georgia and Alabama faithful.
Well, it's funny. I I love seeing families and I love seeing kids with their dads experience some of this stuff, because who knows, same with the College Football Hall of Fame, who knows who's walking in there that one day will be inducted into that College Football Hall of Fame because they saw something or saw somebody or saw an event like the #1 and #2, Alabama, Georgia. Who knows what impact that has on them future in their life. So that's what really I get excited about.
So in terms of the game tomorrow night, do you have a prediction for us at all? What do you think, Georgia, Alabama, where you leaning?
Well, I typically root for guys that I know, and I know Nick and Kirby quite well. So I'm not going to pick a winner. I just hope for Atlanta and college football, it's 3 overtimes. And so that's what I'll prognosticate.
Gary Stokan, Peach Bowl president and CEO, joining the Cam Rogers Show here on Chat Sports. Gary, really appreciate the time.
Cam, great to be with you.
Thanks so much
for having us, and welcome to Atlanta.